Atlanta for your acting class. I told you that I would go, but I have a habit of breaking promises. As soon as you left the house, I sat down on the couch, said a quick prayer for your drive, that you'd make it there alive. But then I thought to myself, well, I really should have gone, because something could really happen, and then you'd be gone. From my life and home, from my goodbyes and from my hellos, only God knows how I'd move on, how I'd keep breathing without you. Without you. Later that afternoon, you came back to the house. You greeted me and the dog, and we kissed on the mouth. We cooked some vegan food that we saw on a show, and we argued about my tone of voice and the things I should already know. It took us half an hour, but we finally patched things up, and we sat down for dinner, water in our cups. Around that time I thought I could do this forever, just me and my woman. I don't think there's any like her. From the east to west, go on, I dare you, put her to the test. From the north to south, no matter where we go, she will be the one I won't doubt. From high to low, this is what I know, that only God knows where I'd be without you. Without you. Oh, slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. The same old people, the same old steeples on every corner for half a mile. But nothing changes, and ain't it strange that we didn't notice as a child that slow living can be life-giving, although we black and white. It makes the gray so hard to see. Living in a dry state where we all say grace, buying liquor on a Sunday across the county lines, where the raindrops rolling off the rooftops, making the clock stop for just a little while. Oh, slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. Sitting on the porch steps in the town where we met, after the sun sets on a Friday night. Southern fireflies lighting up the night sky, lucky to realize one more time that slow living can be life-giving, although we might disagree. If most our lives are lived in black and white, it makes the gray so hard to see. It makes the gray so hard to see.
Tried over and over to be happy again, but I can't seem to get over thinking this will never end. Too many beautiful nights I spend my time alone, can't seem to have an appetite for getting up out the door. But I'll get my shit together one of these days, and I'll start to feel better, maybe I can change. And I'll realize it's not so bad once I get out of my head. I'll get my shit together one of these days. I've tried every morning to wake up an optimist, but all I can do today is just try to exist. Too many years gone to waste on what was never me, waiting for things to change, never knowing what I need. But I'll get my shit together one of these days, and I'll start to feel better, maybe I can change. And I'll realize it's not so bad once I get out of my head. I'll get my shit together one of these days. and I'll find a way to be okay when the world falls down on me. I'm gonna leave this place for another state where I can finally be free. I gotta believe that I'll get my shit together one of these days, and I'll start to feel better. And I'll realize it's not so bad once I get out of my head. I'll get my shit together one of these days. Yeah, yeah, one of these days I'm gonna get my shit together. Did you know I think about you? Did you know I still care? Even though we've been drifting apart lately, even though I'm never there. Did you know I cried on last night? Did you know I'm wearing thin? And it's dark and it's cold when I don't feel you. I wish I knew if it was the end. Don't you love me like you used to? Don't you love me like you did back then? Won't you love me like you used to do? 'Cause I'm still here like I've always been, like I've always been. Did you know it's rained all day? Did you know I haven't left the house? Even though I just need someone around, I can't face the world